We often walk into positions like this and think, this should be quite easy. I'm pin high, right next to the flag. I've got a very small incline to go up to. I've got plenty of green to work with. But how many golfers, how many people will come up to here and either thin it or fat it into the ground? Because at the end of the day, it still requires an excellent technique to be getting the golf ball on the green. Now, in this particular instance, you've got a couple of options. If you are really low on confidence with your wedges, you could pull out the putter, it's a fairway, and bash it up the hill and you're on the green, 2 putts from there, and you run off to the next tee. There's absolutely no shame in doing that, is there? Because at the end of the day, it's all about a score. But this video is all about helping you stop the fats and the thins, getting you to use your body correctly, getting you to use your rotation, getting you to understand how to even hold the club better for chipping and how to work this club head through the ball. So stay tuned, there's going to be some seriously game-changing nuggets of information that will help you improve your chip shots. First of all, no chip shot is as straightforward. No chip shot is easy. It requires a good technique. It requires a sound movement of all of your whole body. It requires full respect. Sometimes it's something that we don't give every shot, and that's when we start making mistakes. I see too many golfers from around this sort of angle just start to kind of stop using the body, just start to kind of lift the shoulders and the arms up and down and the wrist as well, just to kind of hope that they get that good strike. But what we need to be doing, we still need to be kind of utilizing the whole body. We've got, the golf club is just an instrument, and we've got to be in full control of that instrument. So one of the first things we've got to look at, and we're going to bypass setup, we're going to be looking at the pure technique of how to hit down on the golf ball and to make sure we get the correct striking. So let's assume the setup is good. We've got a good distance from the ball positions in the center of the stance. We've got a relatively neutral grip. That is huge. If you've got too much of a strong grip, which is the most common one that I see, you're not going to be able to move this golf club very well at all. So make sure, even if you have a strong grip for every other shot, my honest advice and very important advice is to make sure that right hand, or the trail hand, sits more on top of the club. You're going to get so much more loft and so much more control of the face. You will not believe it, trust me. Okay, so swing path is one of the key things, because I often see too many golfers coming, turning the shoulders, which is great, but around the body. So you're moving everything in this direction, and that will honestly shallow the angle of the club, meaning it's going to go along the top of the ground. And when we do that, we get those horror thins. Okay, we do not want to do that. One of the checkpoints I want to try and get you into is there, okay? So I want you to try and feel that the butt of the club, which is the top end of the grip, is pointing at your lead thigh, okay? Now, the reason why we're doing that is it allows the club just to get that little bit steeper so we can then hit down on the golf ball. If you swing it back and the butt of the club is pointing away from your body, the club's going to come in too shallow. So a great little checkpoint here is, once you're there, just feel that the butt of the club points straight into your thigh. Worst case scenario, which is still a very good position, the butt of the club can point towards the target. But for this, I'd want you to try and really work on pointing it at your thigh. That allows you to hit down onto the golf ball. Loads of backspin, forgot to aim, but a really good distance, okay? If you've got plenty of height, flew the ball halfway there, and just got that little bit of backspin. I've got the backspin because I'm able, from this position, from this height, to hit down onto the golf ball. Now, when I say down, as you saw, I'm not taking a massive divot. I'm not even barely taking a divot. I'm pulling up little kind of brushes of grass, not very much in the slightest, but it's enough that I've got the club just popping underneath the golf ball, pops up into the air, no issue. So that's a huge importance, to make sure the butt of the club points at your lead thigh. Now, once you're in this position, don't forget that you've still got to utilize your body. You've still got to rotate your shoulders. You've still got to allow your hips to move. And this is probably the only golf swing where hips and shoulders actually end up moving together. They move on the same angle. The shoulders don't go twice as much as the hips like they would do for a normal shot or a full shot. They just all turn together. That means on the downswing, everything rotates through as well. So when you saw me play that last shot, you'll have seen me facing the target on the way through. That's a much better shot, and that's finished maybe 3 to 4 feet from the flag, which is always enjoyable, especially if you hold the putts. So you notice then as I actually hit that shot, I had the club up at butt to the lead leg, just turn through. It doesn't have to be a fast movement. You've got to try and find your rhythm. You might prefer a longer, slower rhythm, or you might prefer a slightly faster rhythm. If you've got that faster rhythm, your follow through is going to be a little bit more stopped here, a little bit more of an abrupt stop through the ball there. But you've got to have it consistent, so then you're able to learn your distance control from there. So point number 2 of this video is making sure that you're still accessing and utilizing your body as you're controlling the club. You're controlling this instrument by using your bigger muscles. And lastly, wrists. Wrists are always an interesting talking point. Do I hinge them? Do I keep them straight? The answer is neither. I would like to see golfers go no more than about here. So just a very, I would say 120 degree angle, or some approximately, okay? So I don't want to see it up at 90 degrees, and I certainly don't want to see it completely rigid. This rigid position gets the club so far away from your body, you barely even know where it is. And also on the way down, we come in very shallow. If we go 90 degrees, the opposite happens and we come down too steep. So we've got to try and make sure that 120 degree angle, butt of the club at your left, your lead thigh, utilize your body, and there's just a fantastic strike. 2 or 3 bounces, bit of spin, and just felt phenomenal. Guys, give this a try. I honestly promise you, your short game will be incredible. Not saying you'll get up and down, we're stopping those duffs and we're stopping the thins. Then you learn your distance control and you start to play it all from different types of lies with different clubs, different obstacles in your way. But that's your blueprint checkpoints to make sure that your chipping gets better. Also, go back to the very start of this video, make sure you get your grip correct, because that sets up everything else as well. The grip can affect your swing path, your wrist angle, and more importantly, it can affect the shot massively. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do hit the like button if you have. Also, please do subscribe to the channel. It does make a massive difference. 60% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so I promise you it will make a huge difference. Also, if you want to follow me on my Skillest page, go download the Skillest app, follow me there, and I will be putting out weekly tips, and we're having conversations and challenges. It's a really great community, and if you want a golf lesson whilst you're in there as well, I am always, mostly available to help you out. Guys, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.